Hello, I've been summoned. I have been summoned to do readings now. Got an iced coffee because that was necessary here for some reason. We've got 3 decks. We've got, I need to remember where to look. We've got a book that we're gonna pull from. This is the first time that I've done a video like this before. And this is for a specific group of people. This is for the leaders of the Golden Age. Feels good to claim that. It feels good to claim that that's who this message is for. So if you are here, if you are watching this, you are in fact a leader of the Golden Age. So let's just dive into it. I am not a professional reader, whatever that means. Like, I just haven't really done readings in sort of like professional settings. I've done readings on myself and I'm quite familiar with them. However, this is my first time doing a video specifically, and I do see myself doing this more often because, like I said, this is for a specific group of people, leaders of the Golden Age, and we're waking up. This reading is as much for me today as it is for you, because the initial energy that I'm already getting before I pull any cards is we're waking up and we're realizing that it's safe to express, like it's finally safe. It's this feeling of it's been centuries and centuries and centuries of hiding and having to protect ourselves and preserve our gifts. And the word gatekeep our gifts is coming up a lot right now. We've had to do that in order to protect ourselves from, this is witch wound energy. So think of the witch wound, think of the history of the witches and what happens to groups of people that threaten the status quo by fully embodying and speaking their inner powers outwards. So this round is currently, like, this time, it's like for the frontline workers, basically, is what I'm hearing. It's like frontline workers. It's, yeah, just immediately thinking of when the pandemic happened, you know, there was this concept of frontline workers, right? And hold on, I'm gonna bring you closer because I'm having some major throat chakra activations myself as I film this, because as I film this, I process this energy through for myself because there is a lot of fear within me. That is part of why this like the energy of this reading, I'm bringing you closer just so I don't have to like project as loud. I accidentally put my card deck, I was gonna shuffle it and then I had to bring you closer, so I put it down, but I put it down kind of like not the wrong way, but face, whatever, like basically, and I looked down and the first card at the bottom of the deck, without even me pulling anything, is this. It says Lay of the Land, Ancestral Wisdom. So anyway, what I was saying with frontline, I'm just gonna pull that out. What I was saying with frontline workers during the COVID pandemic, there was like the people in the field, in the fray. They were on the front lines of whatever was happening. But that was obviously a very like 3-dimensional physical frontline worker. So now it's like we're the energetic frontline workers, and we are meant to be in the fray, but not of it. It's like be in the world, but not of it. That concept of it's time to be seen, it's time to show yourself, it's time to show your gifts, it's time to speak your gifts, it's time to go through the throat chakra activations and healings that you need to go through. It's time to go through the anchoring in of the convictions. It's time to release the self-doubt and the fear and even the self-judgment. I see us, and you probably relate to this if you're watching it, there's this human mind aspect of ourselves that is, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a pretty skeptical person in general, and I'm a STEM girly, so that means like growing up I was very like science and tech, and I did a computer science degree, and those were like my subjects. I was less so of an arts person, and more so of a STEM person. And so I have this like analytical, skeptical mind, and then I have this inner mystic and this aspect of me that is fully connected and fully in the knowing. And the alignment over the past few years has been about not being able to like integrate these two parts, either falling into one too much or falling into the other. So if you're falling too much into the mystic oracle archetype, you're probably in hermit mode like I was. You're like hiding yourself from the world. You're like, because you know that you're not going to be immediately understood, and you might even face rejection. And so you kind of just like sequester yourself away. Sequester? is that a word? You sequester yourself away and protect yourself. And what that means is that you have this knowing and you have these gifts, but it's just potential energy. You're not doing anything with it. You're not creating any impact. So that's not great. The other side, if you're too into skepticism or too identified with that mental, very like the other thing here is like, you're also like, there's probably a lack of groundedness. You're like sequestered away, but you also don't fully, you're not as resourced either if you're here, because you're not in the world, you're not creating any value in the world, and so the world isn't providing you any value back, and so you probably suffer from a lack of resources when you're imbalanced in this part. If you're imbalanced in the other part, then you are too of this world, and you are neglecting your inner knowing and your power and your magic, and so that cuts you off as well. So we're in a time right now where we are integrating these two aspects of ourselves, and we are having to work through the witch wound. We're having to work through the fear of being misunderstood, being rejected. And it's not like, we can tell now that there's a safety, like we're not going to be burned at the stake at this point, but those inner reminders, they linger. So we've got, the first card was Lay of the Land, Ancestral Wisdom. Let's pull from these other decks. We've got Inner Temple, Devotion, Tune into the portal of your heart. So that's exactly what I was saying. It's about integrating. Like, I can sense that many of us have been very on this side imbalanced, like very grounded in physicality, and that was necessary for us to learn how to be in the world. And now it's time to bring back this side. It's time to tune in to your inner knowing again and let it lead you. Tap into the ancestral wisdom, but not only ancestral wisdom, but also the wisdom of your past lifetimes, parallel lifetimes. Look at this energy here. We also today was the solar eclipse. I know this is the moon, but we've been in an eclipse portal, so the energy coming through here is also like a rejoicing, like we freaking made it. We're at the top of the mountain. We summited. The uphill battle is over, but now it's about tuning into the external. Like, the uphill battle is over, but there's still some things that we have to face within ourselves to remove the mental shackles or the mental bondage. Like, we have to stop. We're not getting attacked from the external anymore as much, but there is some work to do to de-pattern ourselves from those traumas. And like me, for example, posting this today, I had to face the fear of people thinking it's weird, you know, and people not understanding, and I had to remove those chains from within myself in order to come on here and start filming this today for you. Today's Saturday, so this is a timeless reading, but this might resonate with you today as well if you are feeling very emotionally drained right now because of the uphill path journey that you have just gone on. Deep replenishment. Retreat, rest, be held. Allow yourself to take a pause from the progress. Allow yourself to celebrate and chill for a little bit at the summit. You're at the summit now. Like, there's nothing that's going to take you out of this place. You've made it. You're not going to be pulled back down. So give yourself time to rest and replenish and get to a state where you no longer feel, do what you need to do, so you no longer feel that sense of drainingness. Because something that we have to, let me drink this. Something that we have to remember as leaders of the golden age is that we can't help, we can't be a frontline worker if we're depleted. We cannot hold the energy up for everyone else if we are depleted. So please, if you need to, focus on the deep replenishment. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Shout out to my podcast, the Overflow Method podcast, which is for women specifically who are learning how to do this in a very practical way of sharing their gifts and sharing their medicine with the world in a way that also nourishes them. So check that out. I'll link it in the description if you're interested. This book is coming through, Plant Spirit Healing. We're just gonna flip to a random page. Sometimes I overthink this. Okay. Interesting. The first place my eyes went was Sacred Basil Healing Gifts. Oh, let's start the whole sentence. I also discovered one more of Sacred Basil's healing gifts and was given a deeper understanding of the soul. I realized that the earth soul is what grounds us here and helps in the manifestation process of actualizing our soul's path. Okay, so being in the presence of Sacred Basil is like being showered with divine grace, as her scent alone can send one into a blissfully altered state. It is thought that merely sitting in the vicinity of Sacred Basil can bring healing, as it is highly oxygenating and holds a strong electrical charge. Sacred Basil brings radiant beauty wherever it dwells. So I assume they're speaking about the plant holy basil. But basil, I love that that's what came up, because basil is a plant that is pretty much accessible to anyone. You can go into the grocery store, your closest grocery store, and grab some basil. It doesn't have to be holy basil. And what I'm getting through that is just, again, deep replenishment. Ground yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. We are in some chaotic times. That's why we are the frontline workers, and it's not going to be sustainable for us to do the work that we are here to do if we're not also simultaneously paying attention to our own needs, and grounding down into our bodies, into the earth, and making sure we're feeding ourselves on time. This is something that I have noticed a lot in myself, and something that I notice a lot in my other Golden Age leader friends, is that oftentimes, because we're so connected to the higher wisdom, it's hard for us to be in our bodies, like, because we are naturally elevated in that way. It's hard for us to be in our bodies, and so you might resonate with this like I did. It can feel annoying to feed yourself. It can feel annoying to, actually, just before I came to record this, I got very clear wisdom. Like, I really just wanted to wake up, get dressed, and record this, and I got very clear wisdom that no, you need to eat lunch before you can record this. And I kind of had like a, that like inner child tantrum a little bit, being like, no, but I just want to film it now. But you can't, like, if I did that, I would be channeling from a depleted state. And especially when we are channeling, we're bridging higher wisdom into our bodies. And so that can be quite resource depleting for our bodies. And so it is important to pay attention to your sense of depletion before you do any outer work, before you do any work for the collective or whatever. Share your gifts, do whatever your creative path is leading you to do. It's really important to make sure that your cup is full, because otherwise it's not going to be sustainable. So I've got this, another card. I don't know how to shuffle. Watching all these readers on, sorry, I feel a clenching of my throat. Like I can't, at least in this moment, like it's really difficult for me to like speak as I normally do. But we're going to continue. Like, it doesn't seem like I have to really like force myself to project louder. The message is kind of like, it's okay to be where you're at. It's okay to be at the level you're at. It's okay to speak quieter than you usually do if that's what you need to do. It's about not overexerting yourself. Yeah. I was saying, like, I watch all these like readers on YouTube and they have the most insane, amazing shuffling skills, and maybe I'll learn one day, but probably not. I don't really care. Arnica, teacher, another one. Blue Lotus, intuition. Passion flower, surrender. Teacher, we're here to be the teachers. We are the teachers. There's like a medicine woman here, a wolf. Like this whole energy is very like in tune with the earth. That's the thing, right? We're connected to higher wisdom, but it's not going to be effective or impactful unless we bridge it into the earth realm. We have to be in connection with this planet and this people and our ancestral bodies and all of that in order to make any real impact with our higher wisdom, because I think that's what the gap has been for the past few years for people like us. We're connected to the higher wisdom, but we are afraid of being in our bodies because it's uncomfortable. And so the higher wisdom stays kind of it kind of comes through in a disassociated way. It kind of comes through in a way that doesn't really make that much mass impact because it's not grounded. It's not coming through in a way that is like in harmony with the earth and earth's cycles. A lot of us have like identify with like the starseed origin thing, and we have remembrances of multiple lifetimes through different planets and all of that, and that kind of contributes to this as well. In order for our wisdom to make impact on this planet here in the now, we have to learn how to be integrated with the earth and this planet. Like the plants are coming through so strongly in this reading with the basil. If you're completely new to herbalism or working with plants or working with earth in that way, herbal medicine is such a great bridge into deepening your connection with this planet and her rhythms and her natural ways of being. It's such a great way to deepen your relationship with Mother Earth or Gaia, the spirit of Gaia. And so I love that basil came up, because if you're completely new, literally just go get some basil and work with basil in whatever way makes sense to you, whatever you feel called to do. If you want to make a tea out of the basil, if you just want to like crush it up in your hands and smell it, do that. Use your intuition. Blue Lotus, intuition. Use your intuition and let the plants lead you to be in harmony, to integrate with the grid of this planet in a grounded way. Lay of the land, ancestral wisdom. Allow it to be the portal into unlocking more ancestral wisdom. Yeah, we've got intuition, we've got inner temple. Huge for our path always, as we know, but there's a strong guidance coming through right now about grounding, not only to replenish ourselves, but also to anchor ourselves here in the now so that we can actually make impact. Lost in space, needing direction. Yep, exactly what I said. We literally have the earth here. We have the like cosmic angel spirits. Use the portal of your inner heart, or your heart, your intuition. Use your intuition. Blue Lotus might be significant. If you have access to Blue Lotus, could be fun to work with her. But yeah, bridge yourself into this dimension, this reality, this planet. When you're lost in space, you're not helping anyone. You can't be out of the world to help the world. You have to be in the world. It's like what I was saying at the beginning. This is, I'll tell you what the card is, but what immediately emerges is this moon, the moonlight walking, filtering into the water. It could be fun for some of you to use the moonlight to charge your water and drink that, if that feels like something that feels fun for you. The card itself is actually Passion Flower, Surrender. Surrender is just like, I don't even feel like I need to go too deep into that concept, because I feel like we're all advanced enough to understand the importance of surrender. There are some owls coming through, which just gives me this like deep ancient wisdom, which we all have, which is what we are working on activating and bringing through into the earth plane. Let's do 2 more cards from, this was face down, face up. Sky Bridge, possibility for union. Again, it's just like bridge energy, bridge the ancient wisdom, bridge the knowingness that you have, bridge it into your day-to-day actions, bridge it into your day-to-day moments. Tune into your intuition in every single moment and allow it to guide you in your day-to-day human experience. That's how you ground. Use the plants if they are for you to use at this point, if they're meant to be your allies at this point, use them. There's a specific image of this woman, literally, like the herbalism archetype is coming out strong, because this woman is literally crafting, making like tinctures or oils or salves or something. She's using a mortar and pestle to, sorry, I'm trying to get it to focus, but she's using a mortar pestle to like actually craft something. So if you need to craft something with plants to help you anchor in a grounding, do that. But really like pay attention in every single moment and see what you have to do. It's like we need to bring the wisdom down into our human. Ask yourself what you want to eat. Eat what you actually want to eat, not what you think you have to eat. Like last night, I really, you know those like buldak noodles, like the Korean ones that are really spicy? So I have those and I really wanted to eat them, and so I did. But at the same time, I was noticing all this mental chatter about they're so bad for you, blah, 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 like all this like programmed information. And it was really interesting to witness that, because I still ate the thing because the intuitive guidance to eat it in that moment. I don't really know why I was called to that, besides the fact that it's like freaking delicious and makes me happy. Maybe that's the reason. But allow your intuition to guide you, even when the mental chatter makes you feel weird about that, or makes you feel like you're doing something wrong. Trust that portal of your heart. Tune into that portal of your heart. And I think that's it. Braiding Sweetgrass is another book here that I have, which is also really great for anchoring you down into the earth plane. A lot of indigenous wisdom codes in here. So let's pull, oh, I actually have a card in here. Let's see what the goddess is. Sometimes I use oracle card decks as bookmarks, and this is from the summer. So the goddess that came through is Thekla. Got some lion, got some strength. The prophetess of true power. And the affirmation is, I call my power back from all times and all places. I am my own. This is giving me that, like, we're safe to express, we're safe to embody our power here in the now. And let's see. Witness to the rain. I'm just gonna read until I feel called to stop reading. This Oregon rain at the start of winter falls steadily in sheets of gray, unimpeded, making a gentle hiss. You'd think that rain falls equally over the land, but it doesn't. The rhythm and the tempo change I haven't read aloud in a while, I'm sorry. The rhythm and the tempo change markedly from place to place. In a tangle of salal and Oregon grape, the rain strikes rat-tat-tat on the hard, shiny leaves. The snare drum of sclerophyllus, rhododendron leaves, broad and flat, receive the rain with a smack that makes the leaves bounce and rebound, dancing in the downpour. In contrast, the fall of rain on moss is nearly silent. I kneel among them, sinking into their softness to watch and to listen. The drops are so quick that my eye is always chasing but not catching their arrival. There is no drip or splash, but I can see the front of water move, darkening the stem as it is drunk in, silently dissipating among the tiny shingled leaves. So what that immediately gives me is this reminder that we all have different ways that we're meant to show up at this time. As going back to that concept of being the frontline workers, the leaders, the golden age leaders, we all work differently in different energetics. There's some of us that are loud, like how she was saying, the rain will fall on like broad leaves and it'll make like a really loud tapping noise. Some of us are meant to be loud. Some of us are meant to be out there in the open, making videos like this, like taking up visible space. And then some of us are more like moss, and we're meant to kind of work silently. Like we don't need to be as attention grabby, if that makes sense. And just like trust where your natural energy leads you. And don't, like, if you are someone who's really loud and likes to take up space and likes captivating people and drawing people's attention, how can you embrace that more? How can you stop shrinking yourself to fit in with people who are less loud? And if you're quieter, how can you stop judging yourself for being quieter and just allow yourself to work in that more mysterious, ethereal, mystical way? Like, wherever you are, let yourself be. There's also like, I feel like I had to bring you closer and speak a little quieter today. There's a part of my brain that's like, no, I should be just forcing my voice to project loudly right now. That's what I need to be doing. But I don't have to. The energy right now is this kind of like, this like retreat, replenish, more inward energy. Today is literally the solar eclipse. There's a lot going on. There's Venus in retrograde, Mercury in retrograde. There's a lot of planetary shifts and solar activations, and there's a lot happening behind the scenes. And so just allow yourself to integrate everything. And before I leave you, trust your intuition again. Bring your intuition not just in the bigger things. Start with the smaller things. Start with what you're eating every day. Start with the clothes that you're wearing. What colors, like, check in with yourself through every decision that you make. What colors are you drawn to today? What hairstyle. Do you want to wear your hair up? Do you want to tie it? Do you want to braid it? Like, all of this matters. You know this too. Like, everything that is mundane, nothing is truly mundane. It all matters. Do you think it's a coincidence that I felt called to put my hair up like completely aligned with the crown chakra today? I don't have all the mental frameworks to explain to you why that's significant in this moment, but I'm going by feeling, going by intuition. It feels right. It doesn't feel right to braid my hair today for this transmission. You know what I do braid my hair for is before I go to bed, because that just seems right. So think about things like that. Iced coffee, like things that you drink, the plants that you work with. Every single decision can be intuitively led and should be intuitively led. And when we practice in the small moments of our life, we naturally are able to exercise our intuition with the larger decisions and the bigger moves. And yeah, so that's it. Thank you for being here. I love that I did this today. I love that we're connecting in this way. If you're watching this in real time, have a beautiful weekend and rest up.